how do they hold you accountable so that the manifesto you have given is realized? What will you do to address corruption in Kenya? And how will you hold your own supporters, if you become the president, to be accountable on matters of integrity? And how will you remain accessible as a president so that you don't become the president and later they cannot access you? Secondly, Your Excellency, your relationship with His Excellency the President initially was admired by many Kenyans. As you campaigned together in 2012, when you went to The Hague together, and during your first term in office. It is now an open secret that your relationship with the President has reached irreparable levels. We don't know what has happened. As a result, the citizens have suffered as we watch the two of you go further and further away from each other. It is normal for people to disagree and have different opinions.
All right, sir.
Just like marriage, the couple needs to protect their children. Why the public attack on each other? Why haven't you as a person restrained yourself from such? Why allow your supporters to attack the president public?
Canon, I will have to stop you there.
And lastly,
please.
if you become the president, what measures will you take to protect your deputy?
That was a lot.
Wow,
I shall not
that's
allow for another.
quite mouthful, eh?
Yes.
But, Canon, first, good evening, and I want to thank you for your question. Corruption, conflict of interest, state capture is what has put this country where we are today. And we have been paying lip service to the fight against corruption. You hear all manner of statements. Oh, we are going to jail the corrupt. Oh, I don't know, this and that group is going to be put behind bars. But up until we create institutions, until we remove or end the weaponization and the politicization of the fight against corruption, we will never get it right. The fight against corruption must be institutionalized. The Kenya Kwanza government, we have taken the firm position that we will do three things. Number one, we are going to create capacity and empower institutions. Forget about the individuals. We must build the capacity of every institution to execute their mandate. Up until today, the IG, the DCI, don't have an independent budget which they run the way they want, to investigate whoever they want, to deal with the corrupt in the manner in which they want. They have to go to the office of the president to ask for money. The budget of IG, DCI, and all those institutions is run from the office of the president. Why? The constitution is very clear. These are independent offices. As Kenya Kwanza, the first day, God willing, when I get into office, I will operationalize and give an accounting officer an independent budget to the IG, DCI, and the criminal justice system, so that they discharge their responsibility without reference to me. I don't have to tell them investigate so and so. The Constitution tells them. I don't want them to investigate my enemies. I want them to investigate the corrupt, even if they are my friends or family. The problem today is that because he who pays the tune calls the piper, the only investigations that are going on are for the people who are not politically correct. That's where we have lost the war against corruption. That's number one. Number two, we must empower the judiciary. We cannot handle the judiciary the way we are handling the judiciary at the moment. The judiciary is not an enemy of the executive. The judiciary is a partner. We are interdependent, but we are also independent. First day in office, I will not just operationalize the judiciary fund, but we will make sure that it is fully funded so that the judiciary has the men, has the women, has the hardware, has the infrastructure to deal with all cases, including cases around integrity and corruption. Many corruption cases take 10, 15 years. It is said, justice delayed is justice denied. That's why the people of Kenya are almost losing hope in this whole fight against corruption. People are taken to court. They hang around courts because the court infrastructure is insufficient. So what will we do as Kenya Kwanza? We will make sure the constitution says 2.5% of our budget goes to the judiciary without question. Today, they hardly get 1% of our budget. Why? Because somebody wants to control the purse so that they can tell the judiciary, if you do this and this, I can release for you some more money. If you do this and this, I can release some more money. We shouldn't be having that kind of a discussion. We must just set it right. And number three, we must deal with chronic corruption called conflict of interest and state capture. I know, for example, when we made that statement about establishing a quasi-judicial commission to deal with conflict of interest and state capture, many people thought we were trying to investigate the president. We have no business investigating the president. It is the people who have this mentality that the fight against corruption is a fight against your enemies. That's not the case.
Okay.
The fight against corruption is a fight to protect the public interest and public good and public resources. So our quasi-judicial commission on conflict of interest is because when corruption becomes too chronic and it captures sectors of the economy, like the way Goldenberg did, that is why there was a Goldenberg Commission. So you do that so that you remove the problem, deal with it outside the system so that you can clean up the system. And that is why we have taken that firm position. Many people are trying to argue today, because it's politically expedient, that William.Ruto wants to investigate his post the president. I have no such interest. I just want to stop this paying lip service to the fight against corruption. I want to stop the politicization and the weaponization of the fight against corruption so that we can deal with corruption firmly, squarely, and eliminate corruption.
Na ninapomwita Irungu aulize swali lake, ningependa vile vile tukirudi kwa sababu ile swali ambalo ameuliza pale. Unajua sura ya 6 ya katiba iko wazi kuhusu maadili, na ameuliza pale kuhusu namna ambavyo mnajibizana hadharani na rais. Ni ishara gani mnajaribu kuonyesha hata wapiga kura? Na vile vile umesema utaweka mikakati, utaweka asasi ambazo zitakabili masuala ya ufisadi na maadili. Je, katika Kenya Kwanza hilo limeanza kuonekana? Kwa sababu kuna wale ambao wameorodheshwa na EACC, wamekiuka maadili, wamehusika na masuala mbalimbali ambayo hayastahili kwa mujibu wa katiba. Je, kama Kenya Kwanza mmeona vipi, mmeweka mikakati gani kuanzia nyumbani hata kabla ya kuangalia yatakayokuja baada ya endapo mtachaguliwa kuingia ikuluni? Lakini kuambatanisha na hilo Houghton aweze kuuliza swali lake ambalo vile vile linahusiana na swala la maadili.
Maybe before Houghton, I think there is a very important issue about my relationship with my boss. I think really it's really unfortunate, and I regret the fact that it's gone this way. It is the least of the things that I wanted. And let me tell you, Canon, I have been a very patient person. The kind of humiliation that I have been subjected to by my boss, nobody could have taken it. I want to tell you that if it was, for example, Raila or Martha Karua, they would have done drastic things already. I am a very patient person. The record is going to bear me witness. I have resisted as much as I could to respond to my boss. Many people say, oh, William.Ruto has insulted Uhuru Kenyatta. I have never insulted Uhuru Kenyatta. And in fact, I have had a discussion with him and I have asked him directly, I hear there is this story that I have insulted you. Can you produce one clip? Because either from the intelligence, whether it was at night or in a private meeting or in some place where I said something against you. But he said it's not there because I am a very careful person. You know very well, Canon, that bishops talk to me. Bishops talk to the president. And when they came back to me, I told them, I want to have a chat with my boss. He refused. He flatly refused. He refused the bishops for us to have a chat. Ask the bishops. Ask the bishop of SEK.
This
slapping
situation, when people also hear there's those conversations going on
about
slapping the president. And that does not speak to a man who does not care to antagonize.
Honestly, that is figurative speech. Nobody can slap the president, surely. Surely. You sincerely think you can slap the president, honestly?
You said it.
That's a figure of speech. The point I was trying to make to this audience was the president was almost giving up. William, I don't want to continue. Me, I want to go to Ichaweri. You guys, I told him, my friend, you are not about to do anything silly like that. And so, that's what a genuine friend is all about. When your friend is about to give up, you must be there to support them. You must be there to encourage them. You must be there to tell them not to make the wrong decisions. In fact, many Kenyans have actually even quoted the Bible. I think it is Proverbs 27, 6 or something. They are saying, a slap from a friend is actually better than a kiss from an enemy.
Lakini naibu rais, kama ni rafiki yako kweli, mbona uje umwanike mbele ya watu kwamba nusura ningempiga kofi? Ni vitu ambavyo unastahili kusema hadharani. Nyinyi ni viongozi wa taifa.
Wale nilikuwa, I was speaking to a small audience.
Haijalishi hata kama ni mtu mmoja nadhani, kwa heshima kubwa sana. Huyu ni rafiki yako na ni rais wa taifa.
In fact, my friend, the point was made when I told those people, I was just explaining to them how Uhuru Kenyatta is my friend. If I was just another role-of-the-mill character, I would have told him, oh yeah, I think we should just give up and go away. That would be very foolish. You don't think so?
You are right to say that it would be unthinkable for anyone to even say slap the president, but it's that you even thought about it, which speaks to the kind of animosity that we are seeing play out.
It has nothing to do with animosity. It is not the animosity. I was just trying to make the point that I have come such a long way with my friend Uhuru Kenyatta. When he needed a man to stand by him, I was there. When it was difficult, there are things I did not say. Even as I said that slap thing, there are things I told them. If you listen to that audio properly, I told them I will not tell you what the situation was like, because there are things I cannot say. Right? But you see, I just wanted to make the point, and I think the point was made. I think people are just trying to, they are trying to make political hay. You saw how the Azimio characters try to say, oh, Ruto is a violent man, blah, 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 blah. My friend, did you sincerely want Uhuru Kenyatta after we had worked so hard, we woke up so early, millions of Kenyans went to vote, and for him just to walk away?
Kwa hivyo ndio sababu sasa hivi unamwanika hadharani kwa kusema nilimsaidia.
Sijamwanika. Hiyo ndio ukweli, lakini ukweli si ndio ukweli.
Tumwite sasa Uhuru.Ruto kutoka Amnesty International azungumze kuhusu swali kuhusu ufisadi na uongozi.
Good evening.
being the UDA presidential candidate, allow me to start by just welcoming the launch of your manifesto.
Thank you.
The last week. I do hope that you will be able to attend the presidential debate on July the 26th, where we can also discuss it with other Kenyans. My question is this. Every year, over 150 young men are unlawfully killed by our police officers in extrajudicial killings. In the previous year, we saw the increase go up by 20%. In the 2017 period between the two elections, we saw up to 50 people shot and killed by police officers, and we saw 204 women raped, some of them gang raped during that process, and 50% of the perpetrators were police officers. You were silent throughout the 9 years of your tenure on this issue. Did you ever have a concern during that period? And why is this now a concern for Kenya Kwanza? And if you are elected as the fifth president of the republic, how will you tackle this menace? Or will we continue to see God's rivers and God's forests polluted with dead bodies?
For your information, Hilton, that is something that is very close to my heart. And I have, within government, if you spoke to the Director of Intelligence, and I am saying it because I know somebody is listening somewhere, these are issues I have raised with him when he could still pick my phone, right? These are the things that I had serious concerns about what was happening in many parts of our country, in Moyale, and I remember even calling him one time and telling him, really? I mean, it cannot have gotten here, right? I have raised those issues. And I have raised many other issues concerning extrajudicial killing. Until 3 years ago, the president excluded me from attending the National Security Council because I asked tough questions about schemes of murder and things. So it's not something that I just woke up to today. It is something that has concerned me a lot, and that is why we have put it in the Kenya Kwanza manifesto that extrajudicial killing must come to an end. It is illegal, it is unconstitutional, it offends every principle of right to life. And you remember, I made that statement yesterday, for example in Moyale, and I said, every criminal, however serious, must be taken to court, must be processed through court. If these people are criminals of whatever nature, chronic, terrorists, whatever, there's a process, you know? And it's the only surest way that we don't kill innocent people. It is the only way we stop killing innocent people. Because in this cloud of extrajudicial killing, he's a terrorist, he's this, that's why he was shot, that's why he was this, you will end up with many innocent people